How's it going, everybody? Today I'm super excited to show you a disc golf course that I actually designed myself. Now, I did not design this course all by myself. I had some help. Hunter and I actually designed this course together. And then shout out to Brad that also came out and walked this course with us and helped us. And then John Posey is actually a guy that really made this course exist, because where we're at here is Rainbow Forest Pool. It's a small private pool, really close to where Foundation headquarters is, and they have the pool, and then they had some land, and they decided to do a little 9-hole disc golf course. They had Hunter and I come out, walk the property, we laid it out, and they made exactly what we wanted a reality and turned this into an awesome 9-hole pitch and putt. Even though the pool is private, it's very affordable. You should come check it out, but also the course is public, so you can play the course even if you're not a member of the pool. They agreed to do that for us, which is awesome, because we wanted to make this a course everybody could play. And we made it a nice beginner-friendly course that also has some challenging lines too. It's a really good time. 9 holes, like I said, and I'm going to kind of walk you through it and tour the course for you, because it's not often we get to play new courses on the channel. Also, as I'm doing that, I'm kind of sorting through a little bit of a bag crisis right now. So, I've got 2 slammers here. This one, Brooksy, if you've seen me play in the last 4 years, you've seen this disc. It's my baseline slammer that's absolutely beat to death, and it's getting kind of flippy to the point where it might need replaced. But I like the way it flies now that it's flippy, so I'm trying to decide if I want to layer it with a more stable slammer. So I've got this Lucid one, which the stock, like OG Lucid slammers, are pretty rare. This one was gifted to me. I painted on the dye job for this, so it doesn't look very great, but it says Elsie. That's the name of my daughter, so now I have one named after my son and my daughter. Only have to be fair. So I'm going to play each hole with both these discs today to, you know, get a feel for them and try to continue working through that. Also, I'm still on the endless quest to get an ace of this disc, because at this point it might get retired before it even gets an ace. So let me know in the comments what you think I should do, if I should just replace this, just put the fresh slammer in, or if I should kind of layer them, because obviously this might not be that much different than a cash. But yeah, we're going to show off the course today. Hopefully you enjoy the video. It's just going to kind of be a fun little 9-hole course tour of something that I helped design. Should be fun. All right, I'll make sure I pull up the UDisc distances so I can give you some accurate statistics for each hole. Okay, so the first hole comes in at 130 feet. We start just beyond the pool, so if you walk on the right side of the pool, you don't have to go in the pool property to get here. Next to the basketball and tennis courts, you have the first tee pad, nice turf tee here, and the basket's pretty much straight ahead in the trees. There's a little bit of a gap to be hit, but backhand or forehand works. It's a really good just starter hole. There will be genuinely some tougher lines as we get through this course, especially towards the end, but this is kind of a nice welcoming start. I'm probably gonna go backhand with this slammer, forehand with this one. Oh my, drop. I should mention, I think there's OB behind this whole pin because of the property line, and I may have just landed in it. That was too far. All right, now I'll do the forehand line with this guy. It'd be funny if I aced with this new slammer, like on my first time really throwing it, when I've been trying with the other one for so long. Probably the line most people would throw in this hole. Not a great throw, but it's pretty close. The Lucid Slammer, I just don't really know how stable it is. Like, you definitely can't rip over on it, but it does have more late bite, obviously, than like my beat up slammer. Something that I absolutely love about what they've done at this course is you can see they have some wooden bridges, but then a lot of the bridges are old diving boards, which they work great. They're very stable, and it's just very fun that we're at a pool property and you can spring on the diving board as you're walking along. I think it's a great touch. Premium slammer is in a great spot. Baseline slammer, way OB. That was a great putt. Oh. You know, you never have to wonder if you're on my channel when you see me go par bogey on a 120-foot hole to start off the vid. Okay, hole 2 is awesome. We're now throwing back out of the woods, kind of where we just were towards the pool. What's nice about this one is you have the fencing that leads up to the pool right behind the basket, so you can run hard ace runs and not worry about going much further than like 20 feet past. There's a lot of cool ace run opportunities on this course, and they just kind of keep getting better as we go. Too much hyzer. Oh man, wow. Okay. Not great shots there. In fairness, that Lucid one was very stable. If you don't throw it super hard and you get the nose up like that, that thing was fading hard. I don't know if it's as stable as a Cash though, because that's the gap I don't want to, or the overlap I don't want to have. Diving board never gets old. I like to jump on it as I'm going through. Still got some spring. The baskets can be as new as shiny as you want, but the Prodigy drop kick lives on no matter what. Okay, before I get to the next tee, I'll kind of show you what the hole does. So tee pad right there, swinging a hyzer into that wooded area there. So it's kind of a tight line, but a big hyzer. From my experience playing this hole the first time we came out here, it can be a little tricky to hit this line. This hole is 178 feet. But yeah, you just kind of have to time the hyzer right and give it enough height to actually make it left. Oh, that's good. That was a bit too far left. Oh boy. Oh wow. Oh my. That almost went straight into the basket. I pulled that long, but it got through. I thought that was gonna go straight in, which would have been a hilarious way to get an ace because I was not aiming there at all. First one was quite a bit short. I'm actually on like the other side of this little creek. Second one's parked. Oh my God. There's a reason I don't putt with the slammers. They're coming out real flat and real bad. I need all the glide I can get on my putts. Okay, hole 4 is kind of tough to see, but easy to explain. This hole is one of the longer ones. Comes in at, let's see, 220 feet. So funny thing about disc golf course design, if you've never done this before, it is really hard to perceive how much property and land you have to work with until you actually get out there, start shooting distances, and especially start actually clearing it. Because like when we first came out here and we just saw the property, we thought like this hole, this kind of stretch, because like we knew we were going to go into the woods, out of the woods, back into the woods to start. And then this was going to be the hole that kind of went the length of the property. And we thought this hole was going to be like a 450 foot par 4. Then you get out here and you actually walk it and throw it and you realize, oh, it's a 220 foot shot. So it's really hard to perceive distance, and like it's funny how quick the land gets swallowed up once you start actually placing in the baskets and the tees. It's definitely something that was a learning experience. But yeah, this hole just plays as kind of a blind tight turnover. That's basically all it is. Kind of a protected green. It's a tough birdie. It'd be really tough for this disc. Ooh, I think that's really good. Yeah, I just don't think the forehand works in this hole because it has to push. So this has to be a lot of anhyzer. Oh my, that flattened out quick. Sheesh. That was terrible. I mean, that was nose up and spinny, but like, yeah, it has been so long since I've thrown a normal slammer to remember that they are actually overstable. Like that thing flattened out pretty quick. Here's a better view of the green as you approach. So like you're turning off of this stuff. You just kind of have to go in between those last 2 trees. It's not crazy difficult. None of these holes are meant to be, but the last hole is kind of hard, low key. Oh my. I might just have to stop throwing putts for this video. These are bad. You can see where the first shot landed. That's the line you want. Ooh. I will say with this course now in Lynchburg, we definitely have a great balance. Because when you think about like pitch and putts we have in our area now, if you watch our channels, you know, you've seen with between this one, you could argue Lynchburg College is kind of pitch and putt. I would say that's a second tier. There's like tiers. This is definitely at the like easiest. CVCC, Peaksview, Timbrook, like those 4 are like the pitch and putts. And then we have like mid-range courses though. We only have like Lynchburg College and Sandusky, and then you get into like Hideaway, East Campus, and then there's like Independence, New London. I think we need more like mid-range courses that fit somewhere in between. But these pitch and putts are great for growing the sport. I think if you're gonna put a course at like a pool property like this, where you're trying to just get people's attention, it's the best way to grow the sport. But for the actual like disc golfers in the area, we could use more of those like slightly difficult, not pitch and putts, but also not New London, because things do get pretty crazy on the scales of difficulty in Lynchburg pretty quickly. Okay, this hole kind of presents a few different options, which is always fun. If you're gonna do a shorter course, it's cool to have different options so people can practice different shots. One of the things we try to do with course design, especially for this course, is we wanted to give a variety of shots. So you've already seen a backhand hyzer, a couple straight shots. That last hole was a turnover. This is a hole that really presents a forehand, but you also could throw the backhand. There's kind of a right and a left gap just up to the hill there. Personally, I think taking the left gap with either the backhand or forehand is the way to go. I mean, that's pretty close. Watching how easy that slammer glides to the right, like, should help you understand how flippy it is and how many shots it's taken to get to that point. Like, that disc started out overstable. Go in. Oh! Right over the top. Getting better at forehanding that disc. Feels better. I think I've yet to get a double birdie. I was like right in front of a tree over there. Note to self, the back right of that green is not great. A lot of trouble there. All right, hole 6 is very cool. 230 feet. We're throwing from the side of the hill down into a, there's like kind of a gap on the right or the left. This one's an interesting one because you can try to throw a pushing backhand, but I think the best throw is like a turning forehand. This is another like different shot that this course offers. Like I said, that was kind of a focus, is like, let's present different lines. I think pitch and putts are endlessly more fun when you're at least throwing different shots and not just backhand hyzers over and over again. So I like to try and turn a forehand here. It's a very delicate shot. It's probably one of the hardest ones. Also, let me know if this should be the next Chasing Perfect series. It might be too easy, but maybe we could try to go 18 for 18. That would be a new one, and it'd be pretty epic because it's doable. This hole would be a nightmare though. That was okay, a little short. Same exact spot. Yeah, that shot's difficult. I'm not amazing at that right to left, like slow turn shot. I always struggle getting that perfect angle with the forehand. I can either chop it or throw it on hyzer, but the flat one, that's the one that gets me. Another sick diving board moment. Got to jump. You know, let's see if we can actually make 2 putts in a row here. A little bit wet in this spot. Oh, that one. I got mudballed that time. Probably should have brought a towel. I'm like the king of having no accessories that I need. You know, when you don't have a towel, you just find dead leaves on the ground and use them to scrape off the mud. Is this like a relatable like disc golf experience? I'm sure everybody's done this at some point. Because it's not gonna absorb water, but if you just got mud on there that you need to clear off, like, it'll do the job. It's nature's towel. Didn't even have to break one off a tree. Plenty just laying on the ground for me. And it's what us non-prepared disc golfers have to do out here. Hole 7's kind of hard, low-key. This hole, we got a Mando right of that tree over there. I think it kind of protects the other green. It's technically a double Mando, but the right Mando tree doesn't really come in play. You have to hyzer through this gap with height and then get left up the hill at the end. So great for this disc, is Champ. The Fusion, no. I've been calling this Fusion, haven't I? The Lucid Slammer. Lucid Slammer. Uh-oh. Ooh, I got off the tree. Okay. I think that's parked. I barely missed the tree. I need to wipe this one up too. This just got a great little splatter of mud on it. That's right, hand's just gonna get a little muddy. Ooh, that's inside. Oh, it missed everything. The second one got lucky, but I think it's still pretty good. We left this guy quite a bit short. We'll try to go around this tree and in. Some mud all over the disc. Oh gosh. That was a pretty Pretty sad effort. I suck at my own course. Oh my God. I feel like I'm gonna have to do chasing perfect out here just to get good at this course, because I feel like if you say you're one of the course designers, you had better be able to like birdie all the holes all the time. I feel like that's typically how it goes in disc golf. I don't know. I think the 18 for 18 could be electric. But yeah, wait till you see his last two holes. They're two of the best ones. So, hole 8, one of the really classic straight tunnel shot. Just looks nice to the eye. Dead straight. If you can throw a straight shot, you get rewarded. So if you're kind of counting the first shot, I think the first shot is like anything you want, but I'd argue it's a forehand. So you got one forehand. Second shot is definitely a backhand. So one forehand, one backhand. Third shot, big hyzer. So like we got straight forehand, straight backhand, big hyzer, then big turnover, then forehand. Like I feel like it really rotates around, which is what we were trying to do. So I'm glad it turned out that way. All right, this would be a sick ace. Oh my, down, left. Oh my gosh, no freaking way, no freaking way, no freaking way. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I just freaking aced. Oh my gosh, I just aced with the sniper. No way, no way, no way. Oh my gosh, no way. You gotta be kidding me. The magic lives on. I'm literally freaking out right now. Dude, 2 channel aces in like 2 months. I can never retire. Oh, I can't even speak. I can never retire this disc. Just freaking aced. I'm gonna throw the other shot. You know, might as well go for both. I'm gonna walk back to the tee pad and collect myself. Literally, just a perfect line. Wow. Leave a like below, baby. The aces are rolling. I'm so glad I got an ace with this disc. Oh, Robbie C is gonna be pissed because Robbie was trying to get an ace with his precious child Pig. That sounded crazy, but that's a disc. Before I ace with Brooksy, I'm gonna send him a selfie. I'm gonna send him a selfie. Oh, he's gonna get kicked. Well, the only thing better than 1 ace is 2 in a row. Oh, that was a pretty good line. Not quite. I am in shock and awe right now. When I get to the basket, I'm gonna take a selfie and send it to Robbie. We'll see if he texts me back before the video is over, but he's gonna be heated. That's so funny. All right, I'm gonna get a picture of it in the basket and text it to Robbie. We'll see if I get a response. He will get a kick out of this. I can't believe it, guys. What a dream come true to get another ace on the channel, and with this disc of all discs. I'm so gassed right now. Holy cow. Can't leave the bag ever. I'm just gonna say, uh-oh. And just text him a screenshot. He's gonna know exactly what that means when he gets it. Oh, it's a great day. You know, because why would we make the birdie with that disc when we have the ace? Don't need it. Okay, final hole. Could care less about it at this point, but this hole is pretty sick. This hole is like, it doesn't play like strictly distance crazy far. I think it's, yeah, it says it's only 210 feet. I don't know if that's true or not, but it plays crazy far. Like, it kind of needs a driver to get there. So we're just gonna try to get there with the slammer because it's so uphill. And getting out the gap isn't super easy either. Oh, I grip locked it so hard. That's how I reward that disc for going in the basket. I mean, it's like a distance competition to try to get a putter, a slammer, mind you, out this gap. Same tree. Yeah, this hole's just not meant for a driver, for a putter. Still have a little bit of an upshot. This basket's way up there. It is not 210. Pretty good. I might go in. Ooh! Just past it. Just past it. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this course tour. I think one thing I learned is if I put this disc up against the wall and say I might take it on my bag, I'll just ace with it. So I might have to use that more often.